So what is the focus of the podcast?
So I am a dental hygienist, former office manager, you know that. And then April is an assistant, and she owns a brewery. And so our vision is to bring teams together and show you that hygienists and assistants can work together. And it's really, really hard. But we can do it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hit it.
All right. Okay, look at her.
Do you want me to kneel down? I can kneel down for you.
No.
Makes me feel tall. So we are recording right now with the Emily. Did you get one with mine too? Oh, it's right here. Tell us who you are. Who are you?
Oh.
How'd you get so beautiful? How do you look so tall with that hair? April wants to know. Jill. Nurse Jill wants to know.
Well, I am Dr. Emily Letran. I am the best mom in the world. And so I've been a dentist for more than 28 years, international speaker, certified high performance coach, best-selling author, business strategist, and dentist for almost 3 decades. And you know how sometimes you're kind of conscious about how you look. And so, of course, I'm really tall, 4'11". So I usually get my hair spiked up a little bit. So I'm very conscious about putting stuff on my hair, right? Because I got to stand up, and if you put something over it, then it's going to go a little bit shorter. But my mission is to help healthcare professionals get rid of stress, to streamline the business, and increase profits. And I really appreciate both of you, April and Cindy. Sorry.
That's okay. I have to look to
April and Cindy for taking the time and establishing this platform. So I'm sure you're sharing great insights and personal experience to help other people grow. So What is this that I hear that hygienists and assistants don't work together?
Well, there's a stigma that they can't get along in some practices. Mm-hmm. And we want to show you that the more you get along and help each other out and support each other out, the better everybody's going to do, right? The better practices are going to do, the better your day's going to be, the better your mental health, everything. Do you agree with that? Is that something you see when you're coaching offices?
Well, as a high-performance coach, I think the way I help people look at it is you always want to be your best, right? So if you're your best self, you're not going to think about, gossiping, putting each other's down. I actually use the Kobe assessment, which is a very short 33 questions assessment. You fill it out. It helps us understand your mode of action. If you get a task, how you usually approach it. And so if we know what people's strengths are, and we put them in a position or we give them the task where they can maximize their strength, it would help eliminate the stress. So let's say if you and I, we have different mode of action, right? So let's say you're what we call a fact finder. You like to ask a lot of questions. You want all the details. And if I'm a quick start, so just give me the overview, give me the bottom line, what's a summary kind of thing, we're going to have a problem because you keep asking too many questions and I just cut you off. So the idea is if we understand that's how each other work, we don't have to like each other, but we can work together.
Yeah, so you can communicate better because you understand that person just needs so many facts. That's like, oh my gosh, she's got time for all those facts, right?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Or if I want to talk to you and I know you want those facts, maybe I'm going to give you some facts to as an intro, so then you won't be asking me the other 10 questions.
I like it. Sneaky. Yeah. You're sneaky, aren't you? No, that is true. With our patients, too, because that's the way we communicate so often with so many different types of personalities. So it's really good to know that. It helps.
Right. So if you think about it, the patient who come up on the front desk and say, when am I going to be seated? What are we doing today? Right? Mm-hmm. Versus the one that you give them a form and it's 15 minutes later, because they're reading every single word, and then they're going to bring it up to you and ask you more questions. Right? So for me, as a quick start, those patients drive me a little crazy. So I make sure that somebody else is dealing with that patient. And by the time that patient gets in the chair, I try to be proactive. I'm going to give them all the information before they ask me all the questions.
Right, because you know which questions they're going to ask, right?
Yes,
you got to be proactive. Mm-hmm. So I had the pleasure of hearing you speak before, and it was your story was so amazing, and
Thank you.
You're so inspirational. I had no idea. So I would love to have you back on the show when we have more time. If you want to share a little bit more in the future, we can do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of us need to share our story. Sometimes the story defines us, or you can understand why certain people are inspired to do certain things. And so I would encourage everybody to share their story more.
Right. Going back really briefly to when people are putting other people down and things like that, and usually now that after you've had training and things like that, you understand that it's not them. They're hurting. They have something they need to fix. So it's about them, and there's a reason they're doing that. And so,
right.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's also about you, because why is it that you tend to see more negative things? You know how there's certain people who usually only see the positive stuff, and then some people, whatever you give them, they're going to give you a reason what's going wrong, kind of thing.
Yes.
Because that's the mindset.
And I've been both, so I understand. Yeah, I think we all have. Hopefully.
Yeah. But the high performance coaching, when we're talking about, is habit. So if you train yourself, right, like, or somebody help coach you, where you think positive, you're looking for the positive things, you're looking to help other people grow and help yourself grow, then you just, when it becomes a habit, then eventually you can quote unquote change, and you become a more positive person.
Yes. You heard it here first. Be positive. Think positivity with Emily, Dr. Emily Letran. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Catrise Austin, is this the Dr. Catrise Austin?
It is. Hi. We are going on tour. We wanted to come and say hi to you.
Hello.
Tell us about yourself, doctor.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Catrise Austin, cosmetic dentist to the stars like DJ Khaled, Cardi B, Wendy Williams, Isaac Hayes, Anthony Anderson, and so many more. I am a 7-time author of 3 #1 best-selling books, and I am here coaching other dentists how to get on TV, as I have appeared on the Dr. Oz Show, Good Morning America, Today's Show, and so many more. So we want to educate other dentists and professionals on the whole, how to build their brand, how to become celebrities, meaning how to get your brand out there and be seen in their neighborhood, their town, their country, the world. The world is theirs.
I love it.
Yes.
I'm admiring your nails.
Nails that Cardi has, I have similar, just not as long, but they're blingy.
I wish you guys could see these. These are fierce. Boy, I wouldn't want to get in a fight with you. With
Right,
these,
I can
boy.
just. I
could.
didn't even think about that. In New York City, where I live, this could be like protection, self-defense.
Yes.
I love that.
Hey, dual purpose.
Those are beautiful nails.
They are.
So tell us, how can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Dr. Catrise Austin, DrCatrise, or you can go to draustenspeaks.com.
There you have it, folks. Dr. Catrise Austin with Cardi B nails.
Walking the red carpet and having that VIP experience here.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. Cheers.
Well, hello, everybody. We're still at the Dental Festival here in Hollywood, Florida. I have Kari with me. We had interviewed her for Truth Scalers, her podcast. How you doing, Kari?
I'm doing great, guys.
Awesome. Well, it's good to finally meet you in person, not just virtually. What have you been doing besides, well, let's see, having a baby?
Oh yeah, that's taken up a lot of my time. Lately, I've been doing a lot of virtually public speaking, so I have a lot of different events coming up. Recently, I was just in Do Life magazine, me and a picture of the baby.
Awesome.
Yeah, they interviewed me for that. And here at the event, I talked about burnout on a panel and just basically how to look for it among ourselves and our colleagues, how to manage it, and how to recover from it. So I'm doing that, and I'll be having a program I'm starting up soon on Zoom. So I'll do some coaching, group coaching to help everyone, basically, so we can all kind of learn from one another.
Awesome, yeah, because I see you on LinkedIn. Boy, you need more than 24 hours in a day, especially having a new baby.
Yeah, I keep myself pretty busy, but I try to keep it balanced and everything. So I kind of try to time block so that I can make sure that I'm giving my baby what he needs, my husband what he needs, and
Right.
I also have self-care as well.
Yes.
Okay, tell us when to start. Good? Go ahead. Okay. I am Kat with PDT, Paradise Dental Technologies, out of Missoula, Montana. We manufacture dental hand instruments, and I am visiting with Tammy, the event specialist for PDT. Tammy, why don't you give me a quick little rundown on your most popular dental instrument?
Well, everybody knows us by our celebrity instrument, the Montana Jack. It's the number one selling instrument in the world, and it's got a whole family of other instruments. We've got our Queen of Hearts and our Ace probes and little brother Jack Be Nimble. All of our instruments are very lightweight, and they're color coordinated for different quadrants of the mouth. Lots of fun instruments. We have an I Dream of Hygiene kit. So you can tell we have a lot of fun.
And what makes the Montana Jack everybody's favorite? You mentioned it was lightweight.
Well, yeah. And
what else?
The continuous blade. It's a universal, but a lot of people say they can use it everywhere in the mouth. It's great stainless steel, U.S. grade steel that we put it through a proprietary recipe of heat and cryogenics, and makes it really hard and tough and easier to sharpen. And then we've got great knurling that goes all the way to the working shank. So it works well in a wet gloved environment.
You know, Tammy, that is so awesome. You know, the thing that I have learned about PDT is that everybody thinks that you're just a hygiene company, but you have all lines of dental instruments, right?
Yes, we do.
Such as?
We have a full surgical line, we have an endo line, an ortho line, 46 different braces, and some great implant kits that have been developed specifically by the experts and for full arch implants, and they're all titanium so they won't scratch the implant.
Awesome.
Okay, so we are here at the Dental Mental Network booth at the Dental Festival, and we have Sue Jefferies. Sue, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I want to hear a little bit more about Dental Mental Network and what it's all about.
Great. So Dental Mental Network is a 501c3 charitable nonprofit, and we do emergency intervention for anybody in dentistry experiencing a mental crisis. Once somebody comes into the network, I do a thorough assessment to determine what their need is, what the source of their distress is, whether it's financial, if it's a divorce, if it's addiction, whatever their problem is, so that I can reach out to local professionals in their community and get them to the people that they need services from within 12 hours.
Oh, that's great. So you connect them with services. So you're not an actual licensed psychologist yet, or are you?
Yet.
I know you do a lot of things, so I'm like...
The word is yet. So I will be finishing up my degree in psychology and clinical psychology in the spring. And so I would like to be one of the first resources. But right now I'm the switchboard. So I find out the cause and I get them connected to professional resources. And then from there, we can also, if it's a failure in their practice, I can connect them with the consultants, the experts who know what they do.
Yes, I think that's so important. In Portland. We say that all the time. Yeah, so for sure. So where did this passion come about? How did you come up with to do something so important? Like, where's the passion? Where's the fire in your belly?
In 2012, I was suicidal. I had a plan, and I was going to do it. And my beautiful daughter looked at me one day, and she said, "Mom, you're not fit to be around the grandkids. I can't let you around them anymore." And she looked at me and she said, "Don't do what Mikey did." And Mikey is my son. Mikey actually attempted suicide. He hung himself, and it was a freak accident that somebody came back home and found him and took him down. And that woke me up, and I got into the counseling that I needed. However, the treatment I needed took 8 years for them to figure it out. And so I did the medication cocktail for 8 years, was still unbalanced. And I'm just happy to say today that through perseverance, I'm still with a therapist. I'll always be with a therapist, but I'm on the correct medication, and my life is happy. And I just wish I could have done this 40 years ago.
Oh my gosh, thank you for sharing your story, and that is so important. And I think a lot of us know somebody that has been in that situation or been in that situation themselves. And so I'm so glad to help spread this word about suicide prevention as well. And that's something that we've mentioned in our podcasts in the past. And so many people don't talk about it because it's sad and it's scary and it's a dirty word, but it needs to be talked about.
It definitely needs to be talked about. It is still alive and well in dentistry. Just here at the conference alone, over the course of this week, I've had 5 people come up to me and tell me their story of someone, mostly other dentists in the last 2 weeks, who have taken their own lives. And it's just really sad. And, everybody asks the question, why didn't they come talk to me? I'm their best friend. They didn't say anything. I had no way of knowing. We'll never know. Nobody knew with me as well until my daughter finally figured it out at the end. But I'm here to raise awareness. I want people to know, if you do know someone or if you yourself are having ideas of suicide, that the Dental Mental Network is here and you're not alone. I certainly can empathize and understand your situation, but more importantly, connect you to the resources you need.
Great. And I think I want to talk to your daughter too, to see how we can look for signs in people, because we all have egos and we're proud. And I think most people that try to commit suicide are probably look like they have their stuff together, but inside they don't. I'm not sure. We do have Jill, come over here. So we have Nurse Jill with us on this trip, and she actually works in a ER department. Jill, have you seen an increase of suicide attempts recently?
It's ridiculous, actually. I can't say by how much, but I would say at least 30%, especially since COVID. I think the isolation and just the disconnect with people has really affected it.
I agree. But there's also the monetary problem in dentistry. Staffing is a big issue. People are, their bottom line there is dropping, right? And they're not able to, the supply channel is broken. They can't get the supplies and they can't get the staff in to cover the patients, right? They can't, these doctors are stressed out. They don't know what they're going to do. They're seeing less patients. Their patients are leaving because they can't manage them without the stress. They can't get the supplies to cover what they need. It's going home with them. It's affecting their marriages. Their wives are stressed out. Their kids are being homeschooled still, and everybody's sick. And there is an uptick in dentistry as well. So I'm sure we represent all of society. We're just a fraction of it. So where you're seeing it up, we're seeing it up as well.
For sure. All right. Well, obviously there's so much more to talk about, and so when we get back to our offices at home and unpack our stinky bags, we will do a full episode with you and hear so much more about this important subject. Thank you, Sue.
You're welcome. Thank you.
To see the video footage of the podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Dental Elements, ALEMENTS podcast. To share your story, hit us up on our website at rootyouon.com. ROOTUON.com.